Hey guys, it's me, deskyfer. Me and the boys recorded a whole entire episode of us dubbing our own version of Kaguya Sama Love is War, Season 2, Episode 4. Please take my pain and suffering and watch this video and watch me suffer more. Alright, enjoy!
The student council has disbanded and the campaign season has begun. After losing their point of contact, the student council, the two haven't said a word to each other. 3 days have passed. During that time, nothing of note has happened.
You should just go up to him.
Don't be ridiculous. If I want you to keep being president, if I went up to him, it'd be like a confession that I was lonely without president. In fact, maybe president is lonely without me. It's even possible he'll come up to me with a confession of love.
Yeah. Sick visit, fireworks, birthday, moon viewing party. With all these events, how could there not be any progress whatsoever? It's so pathetic. How can he be so bad at this?
What? Are you saying you can make president fall for you, Hayasaka?
Probably.
Is that right? Then try it. If you say you can easily make any guy fall for you, then hook president in one day.
I didn't say easily.
It's easy for you to say when you're standing on the sidelines.
I never
said
said.
you'd understand the struggles I go through.
I never said easily.
You can say anything with words, but I wish you didn't make any grandiose claims you can't back up.
If you really want me to do it, Lady Kagi, I will.
If you think you can, then give it your best shot.
Doing your mom!
Shut up!
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's you, Shirogane.
Oh, that's right. Your enemy is made Smithy B. Hayasaka.
Bingo! I'm so happy you remembered.
Well, I didn't recognize you at first because you seemed so different last time.
It's my day off. I get tired having to act so formal all the time.
Sure, anyone would.
He's good. Strike up the conversation. Strike out one.
Please go ahead,
So he can't get away. Certainly Hayasaka has technique, but even so, there's no way she'll be able to seduce Kaicho.
You know, your Japanese has gotten better.
I study like crazy, and I know how hard you study, Shirogane.
Oh, not that much.
I'm embarrassed about buying a magazine for the masses in front of you.
Do you like computers?
Well, I want to get a laptop, but I don't know which kind I should buy. Oh, that's right. As a boy, you probably know more about it. Choose me for me, Shirogane.
You don't know much.
You'd still make a better selection than me. This bookstore has a cafeteria, so let's sit down and let me pick your brain.
She's really good.
The teach me strategy. Instead of getting angry at a child who doesn't clean up, if the parent poses it as a question like, "Where do your toys go?" the child will put them away, explaining Hayasaka cleverly uses the innate human drive to teach.
Well, I suppose I have a few minutes.
Yay!
Kaicho?
Hayasaka, that uniform.
Yep, I'm a second-year high school student at Ferris Girls High. An alumni from my school introduced me to the Shinomiya High family. I worked there part-time as a maid whenever they're short-handed.
A part-time job?
Yep.
She has some gal lined for her teeth with a straight face. You're a normal student at Shuichin Academy. We're born and raised in Japan, and you're servant to the core who's lived and worked for me since you were little, Kaicho. You're sitting next to a big fat liar.
And so I've been using my parents' computers all this time, but I finally saved up some money from working, and now I want my own.
After she piled lie upon lie, President will realize he picks up on things like that.
Instead of relying on her parents, she works
He
by
hasn't
what she
noticed?
wants. How admirable. So, how will you use the computer?
I'd like to put it together reports for school, and I want to see videos. Isn't it fun to watch animal videos?
Cunning. President, you can't fall for an obvious trap like that. The girl watches videos of things being crushed in a machine press.
Pussy. Nice. Well, you're gonna watch videos on most computers these days.
Good. Then I'll decide by the design.
I know very well that you put together your own computers. At any rate, when she picks a computer, it's over. Game over.
In other words, solving it with the probability recurrence formula, which derives case analysis, is more effective in the long run.
When did you start tutoring her? You've never helped me study before.
That makes sense. You're great at teaching, Shirogane.
There's really not much I can teach you.
Virus.
Here's the top school too.
Yeah, but I don't do well on tests, even though I study 10 hours a day.
Only 10 hours? 10 hours, so you're walking
Where
down
do
a
you
family
believe
path.
everything she says?
But it isn't healthy to deprive yourself of sleep. Buddy, you're not looking so good.
Huh? I fell asleep? No way! I was up for 3 hours!
I tried to wake you up several times, but
Oh my gosh, how embarrassing!
I was watching. I saw you peek at President through squinty eyes plenty of times these past 3 hours.
You should have just let me there.
no, I couldn't leave a defenseless girl alone. Fatigue from studying is a sign of effort.
Fuck. Shirogane.
Her
Oh.
face says, "This is the moment I fell in love." Or, "I've never met a man like this before." Hayasaka could create these facial what the fuck does that fuck? Pure
Say
love.
Shirogane.
Yep,
Drizzle.
Do you want to try going out once?
The perfect invitation. That's hard to turn down.
Of course, we barely know each other. So how about something light? Like 90% friend and 10% girlfriend? And if there's another girl you liked, you could be with her and still keep me as like a side piece.
Conceptual ambiguity. Shirogane's judgmental standards are thrown by a curve by this accommodating girl, making him wonder what a girlfriend is anyway.
Please, Hayasaka, I was in the wrong, so call this off. I'm sorry.
There's someone I like.
Oh, really? I'll be rooting for you on the sidelines. I hope it works out for you.
Thank goodness. See, that's what I'm talking about. President's a tough nut to crack. You never had a chance with
I
him,
never
Hayasaka.
said that. I never said I could do it in one day. It would be different if I had a month. Fuck. That was so humiliating. I never wanted to do it in the first place. But I only did it because you told me, Lady Kaguya.
I'm
Take
sorry.
that out of context.
I'm sorry.
Today's battle result. Hayasaka loses.
Bum bum bum. Daddy doo doo doo.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's Brian.
The student council election. Miyuki, you're an outsider here, and impure. Most of the students in junior camp are pure students who started here in elementary school.
Right.
I have a feeling some of them are too pleased with the idea of your re-election as president.
Yeah. But
You need to
True.
find someone else to be in charge of your campaigns. Unfortunately, someone with enough popularity and charisma to sway your students is in the vicinity, and by that, of course, I mean,
I guess Shinomiya is the only one for the job.
I'm not voting for you anymore, Miyuki.
You were talking about yourself just now? Sorry. So awkward. Why is it so hard to get into another classroom?
What's this? What's up? Do you have any business in my classroom, President?
Have we met before somewhere?
Why, sure. We go to the same school. Of course we've met. But that aside, don't you want me to call someone out here for you?
Yeah, Shinomiya.
Okay.
Hey!
Shinomiya. President says he needs to talk to you about something important.
President has never come here before.
It's probably student council business.
I don't.
But they've already disbanded.
Yeah, man.
Then it's a romantic thing?
President, something important?
Well, I guess you could call it important. It's about what we should do together to plan a strategy. To plan a strategy for the student council election. I don't want to discuss it here, so that we meet behind the building after school.
An after-school rendezvous?
Does that mean you know what?
Those two are usually joined at the hip after school, so it wouldn't surprise me if they're in a relationship.
Kashiwagi, you often visit student council, right?
What's the scoop?
Spill it.
Oh, that's two
I
different
don't
people.
think they're dating. At least, not yet.
A juicy romantic rumor about two leading students has landed right in their lap.
It has to be that.
It's hot news spread like a wildfire on social media line and the Loon's underground sites.
Daddy Dog 2, what's the situation on the ground?
Well, the students are keeping their distance and just looking on so as not to interfere in the precious event.
Shinomiya's finally here.
What is?
Good luck, Kaguya.
Good luck with what?
All systems are a go,
Students and
President.
all the male ones are.
What do you
male
think?
students.
You've got this, Shirogane.
What have I got?
The result.
Wait a second. What's the deal here?
Second, it says minute in the script. Go on.
This feels like I'm supposed to confess my love to her.
Go on, you're going to ask Kaguya to be in charge of your campaign speeches, right? So just get it done with
Not
already.
enough on the vibe.
President, you have something important?
Yes, about that?
Countless enthusiastic gazes were locked onto them. The air was behind the school was permeated with the expectation of a manly confession of love from Shirogane.
Speeches. Shinomiya, I'd like to put you in charge of my campaign speeches.
Bait and switch!
How could you humiliate her like this?
I'll never vote for you. Meow. It seems like we've got an audience here.
Yes, I've noticed that too. But I don't mind.
Yeah, but it's not what you're thinking.
Jeez, why is he so embarrassed to ask her to be in charge of his speeches?
So, the thing is,
You chose Kaguya over me, remember? Then pull yourself together.
A love triangle? Is the student council a hotbed of mad passion?
don't make the situation more complicated than it already is.
What are you gonna do to the president? He has to tell her. It's all over me.
Hey.
Hi.
Shinomiya. Oh, fuck. Why is it Shinomiya? Shinomiya.
Yes?
Maybe it's better this way. I want to make Kaguya Shinomiya, that's what that's what I thought all this time. This is a matter of pride. Shinomiya and I come from different backgrounds, so I thought it was necessary to have her confess her love to me before you can date as equals. But I feel so strongly about Shinomiya now. To keep making excuses. Just hoping to put you in charge of my campaign speeches.
Jeez. This is a major bro moment. Listen, President, this is how I'm going to answer your request. Whether it's about campaign speeches or something else. Oh, shit. Or anything else. Yes, gladly.
G-
What was that? I couldn't hear. Come on, Kaicho. Let's get out of here before they start to riot.
Right.
Today's battle result: a tie.
What about the campaign speeches?
The chaotic election arc begins, and after the commercials, at last.
Oh, you're the Forerunner, President.
Yeah, you have this in the bag!
A lot of people just remembered our names because of what we did last time. Those numbers can change depending on what other candidates do. Who am I kidding? I've totally won. It's scary how popular I am. To be honest, I don't have to do anything. My re-election is locked and there's no need for any
A
campaign.
first year girl's in second place, huh? Do you know her, Ishigami?
You're asking me, when I don't even remember my classmates' names.
Miko Iino.
Iino? Sorry, I do know this name after all.
Is she famous?
famous?
Well, among the first years, academically, she's the top of her class. Oh,
Start looking at
but,
it more.
she's also very intense. Yeah.
Please take one. Please.
She's the one handing out flyers over there. Pictures is worth 1,000 words. I think you'll get a better idea by seeing her in action.
Please take a look at this, please.
Do you
wait.
have a second?
Ishigami, what do you want? I don't have time to waste on a burnout.
Burnout. Well, I was going to introduce you. I don't think you've met.
Yumiko Iino?
Yes.
Miko Iino, a first-year high school student at Shuichin Academy. Like Shirogane, she's a talented young woman who's at the top of her class. Her father is a high court judge. She's a member of a public morals committee. She's a diligent honor student with an irreproachable conduct, and she's 147 centimeters tall.
Nice to meet you, I suppose, ex-president Shirogane.
I've heard about you. You're top of your class.
Yes, ever since I started here.
But studying isn't everything, you know. Working and getting real-world practices is important too.
Oh, does he see himself as a first year rival?
Handing out flyers, huh? That kind of dual effort is also important.
You haven't been doing anything, though, have you, ex-president? Is it the complacency of a king? Although where I'm standing, it just looks like carelessness.
Campaigning is trying to gather votes through mere exposure effect. That kind of phony baloney isn't necessary when you have an actual track record.
That's carelessness. Isn't the idea of giving students an opportunity to think about political platforms connected to a wholesome academy and administration?
We're just stepping up to make Shuichin Academy an even better and nobler place. I want to convey that to the students through my campaign.
You took certainly big, little girl.
Little girl?
No matter how admirable the ideals are that you embrace, they're only ideals.
I can't wait for election day to learn firsthand how harsh reality can be.
Both of you, get off your high horse. You totally sound like villains.
Ideas without ideals are meaningless.
There, see? She's obviously in the right here. Sorry, it seems Miyuki's really on his guard around you. Iino?
Fujiwara?
You know me?
Of course. And, so... if you wouldn't mind, after I become the president of the student council, would you become my vice president?
Yeah?
What? Why did you of all people?
If you actually knew her, you'd never say anything like that.
Do you boys realize how rude you're being to me?
Hey, look, you look more like a decent person. Can you convince your friend to change her mind?
No. Thinking logically about it, Fujiwara is a suitable choice for the vice president.
Logically?
What do you two know about Fujiwara? Is there anyone else who can stack up to her? Fujiwara won the first prize at the PTNA National Piano Competition.
Although that was in 4th grade.
She also speaks 5 different languages.
Well, my parents are diplomats.
And she's a brilliant person who boasts average grades here at Suichin Academy.
Only average, huh?
Ever since I was a little kid, I've played the piano and idolized Fujiwara. She's a prodigy who's light years ahead of me. Did you know that?
Praise me more.
Did you have any idea? Fujiwara is a great person.
Ever since I quit, people have been treating me like a has-been. So, I'm touched.
Certainly, you may be a favorite now, however, I won't turn back on my ideals, and I'm certain that people will come to understand them eventually. To bring Fujiwara into the fold too, I'm going to win this election.
We're not gonna lose!
How can you switch sides so naturally? Miko Iino, we'll have to take measures.
I don't think we have to worry about that.
What?
Read that fire carefully. This is what she's really like. Well, Miko, is by the book and serious to a fault. Handing out flyers like that will just turn people off. I wonder why she doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Shirogane dominates even more.
It's always been like this. She's so annoying that it's like the annoyance takes on a life of its own and walks around, and I wish I could hit her one of these days. It's like the kind of person she is.
Today's Kaguya.
Minadoko?